everyone. Welcome to Between Realities, the VR podcast of your dreams. This is the season 4 premiere. We are so excited to have you here with us. My name is Alex VR. I am joined here by my co-host Skeeva. Skeeva, how the hell are you doing, dude?
I'm pretty good, dude. I'm pretty good. We're back. We're back.
Are back. Oh man, this
feels good.
So awesome. I am hyped about the intro personally. This is like something, we've been working for a couple of months to make the changes that we want to on this show. It's been a two-month break that we've been on, and a lot has happened. The intro, of course, I don't know if you guys just saw it, but it flies through the Between Reality ship, and it is like, I barely even know where to start. We have the new theme song from Cashdan Music. We're excited to have our own theme and music that we can play for the show, so you don't have to be dodging copyright strikes.
Oh my God. So that was such an annoying thing every week, fighting the copyright claims, even though we had complete legal use of the song, So whatever, it's over now.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yep, it is over. So we've definitely got a lot to talk about and a lot to kind of catch you guys up on. But here we are, baby. We're live, season 4. Boom, ready to get it. We're gonna push on, I think, this season. I don't know exactly how long it's gonna go, but last time we knew how long season 3 was gonna be. We had a start date and an end date, and we don't have an end date for season 4. So
yeah, dude, and we have a lot of guests lined up. We've been really lucky that every time we go to book for one of our seasons, it's just boom, one day, maybe 2 days, right. And we're 6 months, 7 months out booked with guests. It's insane, the reception, and how willing and happy everyone is to come join us and talk.
And we have, of course, as in previous seasons, all different kinds of guests. We've got other VR video creators like ourselves, some very popular, some up and coming. We've got developers lined up. We've got people from the enterprise and business aspects of VR who are going to be joining us this season, and more. People who we don't even know yet, So it's been super, super exciting, and we are so happy to have all of you here with us. Thank you guys so much.
I miss you guys.
We really have missed you. We've got Delirium Drew here. We've got Quicksilva, which, by the way, in a second here, we'll get to talking about our Patreons, of course.
Oh, yes.
We got Tones My Bones in the house. Mr. Trinidad is here. Lissa VR is here with us. VR with Jasmine. I like the nice name change. I'm right there with you. Alex VR, VR with Jasmine. We don't need to reintroduce ourselves when we meet people, you know what I mean? Skeeva will eventually have to. Paradise Decay is here, dude. Thank you for being here for the season premiere. Mike Newton, let the weekend begin. Dude, he knows when the weekend starts.
Yeah.
He's here to tell us.
Well, now we get weekends again, because Between Realities was always the start of the weekend before. at least it was for me. So,
right. Well, we pushed it back a few hours, and right now we're going to plan on keeping it that way. We're going to try to do the 3 p.m. start, give the people in the States on the East Coast a bit more of an opportunity to kind of catch the show live if possible. But we're going to flow with shit this season, maybe we throw in some random episodes here or there. Maybe we start at a different time to accommodate a guest or something like that. We're going to try not to be so rigid with the way that we execute stuff to allow ourselves to get more done. So Sweaty Nugget JJ, OG.
What's up, little guy?
OG Between Realities fam. I think he's been here since episode 1.
Yeah. Little known fact, that's my nephew.
That's Skeeva's nephew.
Yep.
JJ, Sweaty
awesome
Nug
dude.
Up in the house,
Awesome
always
guy.
here, and we love him.
Yep.
He's got his own YouTube channel, by the way.
He does.
Check out Sweaty Nugget
subscribe.
JJ on YouTube. Duty.
Oh, Duty. What's up, buddy?
Has become one of our biggest supporters lately. Thank you so much for supporting our podcast and our endeavors, and we're so excited to be able to share this.
And thanks for playing games with me.
Right? Dude, you do such a good job of getting in there and playing games with everybody.
Dude, I love all the people, all the VR community, dude. This is what it's all about, man. This community really is fantastic. I love everyone.
It really is. Reckoner VR is here. Definitely one of your original inspirations.
Oh, dude, yeah. Absolutely, man. From VR Roundtable, the OG VR podcast, man.
Right.
Yep.
Z-Storm Games. Z-Storm become a staple in
the man.
VR streaming, dude.
Yep.
It's been huge having you in the VR community. It's been awesome. Let's see who else. Your pal, dude. Your pal with a verified tag. We saw that before the show. Bro,
flex.
You're verified. That's fucking amazing. Space Denizen. Is that how you pronounce it? Denizen. Space Denizen. Either way, dude.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Right. Thanks for being here. Robin, I don't know if I said Robin yet, but hey, Robin. It's good to see you, girl. Gamertag VR. Just an absolute soldier in the VR community. Here to join us for the season premiere. Chroma Snare is here, watching it in VR. That's pretty exciting.
Ooh, very cool. And scroll down a bit there because we actually have our very first super chat.
No way.
Baboomski.
Holy shit.
Let's see if I can make this thing work.
Wait.
Oh, that was lackluster. Oh, wait a second.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Very first super chat coming in.
Oh, and another.
Gamertag VR. Oh, wait, another?
Another.
Hey! Get this shit off of the desk.
All right.
So what was the second one?
VR with Jasmine.
What?
We got traveling man with the first one, and then VR Jasmine with the second.
Dude,
VR with Jasmine.
GT was the first one.
GT.
Yeah. Gamertag VR. He didn't even have anything to say. He just drops it. Drops the pound, which is worth more than $1.
Well, one more confetti.
Hey! Gonna make that like snappier or something.
Yeah.
So Traveling Man says, welcome back. Great to see you guys. Thank you. VR with Jasmine says, woohoo, welcome back. Hello, Jasmine.
What's up?
Been great having you in the community lately. And Gamertag just drops the hot dog because he knows what's up.
Dude, GT to man.
Also, before we get into everything, of course, we need to say hi to Grumpy Duck VR is here. Virtual Steve is here.
Yeah, what's up,
all these
guys?
Creators, dude. Nathy is in the house.
All right,
also,
what's up?
Flexing
What's
that
up, guys?
verified tag on everybody. I
Heck yeah.
love to see it.
Heck yeah.
My wife Brittany's here. Hello, my
What's
darling.
up, Brittany?
And that's a special thing, if she's tuning in, right? It's a special occasion when my wife is watching. One Louder 11's here. Holy crap, dude. You guys all, thank you so much.
We got like super chats flooding in. I don't know that my button's gonna work that much. It might fall off.
Just keep the confetti dropping.
Just keep it dropping. Yay!
Yeah, we've got the $10 super $9.99 super chat from Z Storm there.
Thank you, Z.
Bolts,
Thank you, man.
Robin with the $6.99 super chat.
Robin, another one.
Quicksilva with the $4.99 and Lissa with the $5. And these are the people who are already fucking supporting us. Like,
dude, I know.
You guys don't know how much this means to us. Like, we love doing this show. We love being able to include all of you with us. And I mean, a lot of these people who are sitting here donating on our season premiere have signed up for our Patreon, have been donating already during the months that we have.
You guys are so generous. We love you guys.
We really do. So we should probably talk about our Patreons quickly as well, right? Because we've even had some people show up during the off season.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Like,
yes.
I am so humbled that people have signed up on Patreon, but while we weren't even doing shows, it's like they found it and didn't even catch a live show and decided to support us.
Yes, let me see if I can pull up I should have had my Patreon list ready to go here because we actually have a bunch. I mean, it's really awesome how supportive everyone has been. It's really, I mean, because we don't make anything doing this show, but we do incur a few costs, like, these microphones are expensive, the sound stuff, the sets we create, and like all this stuff, it costs, it definitely costs us out of our pocket. And we just really appreciate you guys supporting us, man. It really means the world to us.
Quicksilva says she feels like she's at the strip club. Take my money. Woo! Yeah, I love it. It feels like I'm up on the stage shaking my goods while these super chats come in. But this is so exciting because, we reached monetization between the seasons. Our final episode of season 3, we were not monetized. We didn't have the watch time. And during the 2 months that we were off, we ended up hitting the watch time, applying for the monetization, and then getting it. So this is super exciting. It's awesome to be able to have the super chats for people to engage with us further and donate if they'd like to.
And look at, is that Grumpy Duck there? Grumpy Duck with another one.
That's amazing.
What's up?
Dude.
Oh, thank you.
Grumpy Duck. He's been on our show as a guest as well. And
great guy. Super funny. Check out his channel because the dude cracks me up all the time. Super funny.
So what do you got there, Skeeva?
All right. So we got our VIPs, Aspin Darkfire, Lissa VR, Jonathun Zug, Cody, RobynzReality. We have Cheryl Goldberg, John Westra. We got Rebecca, who's Quicksilva. We got Zero Cool Gaming, Delirium Drew, Graham Gattel, Mike Newton, Lazio Gyorski. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Laszlo Yorkie.
Yes, there you go. And Ryan from Virtual Boys.
Virtual Boys podcast, which we actually were guests on a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, we were.
And I have put that into our newly formatted YouTube channel, down underneath like our special appearances section. So check out the Virtual Boys also, because those guys are OGs. They actually kind of were birthed in the PSVR YouTube space and now have moved into the PC and the Quest and all of that shit. But
great guys, man. They're
awesome.
Absolutely fantastic. They do some great, amazing reviews. They do a great podcast. They're just phenomenal people. I really, really enjoy them. They're on. They come on to the VR chat show with us sometimes, right? And just about all the time.
Yeah, VR chat show, something that we can mention. I think we've been doing that for a while. There's so much to talk about. Gamertag VR dropping another 4.49 pounds.
Oh yeah, buddy!
Dude,
thank you so
GT.
much.
Like, you existing
thank you.
is enough for me, but it's so appreciated. And he says, please perform the worm on the desk. I assume he's talking to you. It's not me, right?
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh my God, it would be like a beached whale trying to get back to the ocean. I don't know about that one. You have to really bump up that price for that.
That's so good. We're gonna need to see more for the worm.
Thank you.
Mepper's here. Hey Mepper, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, buddy?
Nerd Andy, our homie Andy.
Andy, what's up, man?
Joining us. So so you just mentioned our Patreons, right?
Yes.
These are people who are supporting us monthly. We absolutely love them, and we're trying to do what we can to give back. One thing that I've noticed too, and again, like you guys cry for game codes or something if you want them. We get them from time to time, but it's kind of hard to give them away to y'all. Like, I don't know. It seems like people aren't here for game codes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but one thing that maybe we can entice our Patreons with.
Oh yes.
Would be this.
Yes.
What is this that I'm holding?
So this is VRTrend Magazine, and this is specifically issue number 5, right? And both me and Alex both have articles in this. Fantastic. The world's, in my opinion, the world's best magazine, right? I mean, I'm VR obsessed, and this thing is like amazing quality. Like the pages are super thick. The print quality is amazing. All the people that you know from the VR community are contributing to this to make it an absolute amazing magazine. It's my favorite. I literally check my mail like when I know this is coming. Other than that, it's like overflowing out the mailbox.
If you are our Patreon, we're going to keep this one exclusive to our Patreons because, you know, it's a coveted item and we have more Patreons now. So I feel like it should go to you because we love you so much. Drop into our Patreon exclusive Discord channel and like, I don't know, say the word VRTrend or something, and we will enter you. And then by the end of the week, we'll pull a winner. So if you decide to join on the Patreon, you will be eligible to win this issue, Demio issue of VRTrend Magazine.
Yeah, we'll even like sign our articles. Not that it really matters, but you know, hey.
They're like, hey, could you not deface my thing?
Right, this is true too. This is true too. Maybe we won't deface your stuff. You tell us when you win if you want us to do that. How about that?
Cool. So I want to talk a little bit more about our new intro because I am honestly really stoked about it. Like it ended up coming out kind of better than I imagined. You know, like the fly through was something that we didn't even really plan on until like way later. Like it's kind of something that we've like have slid in near the end here, which is kind of cool, interesting because of how much I like it. It almost seems like we like have been playing.
And I do apologize for our audio listeners. You know, you can't see this, but you got to listen to us talk about it, right?
Right,
but,
right.
Know.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, Skeeva here has spent some serious hours inside Neos VR. You know, we've talked about Neos on this show a bunch of times, and you know, we're just absolutely blown away by the creator tools in there and kind of the stuff that you're able to do. The intro scene where it shows our Between Realities spaceship chilling in outer space, a camera flies through the halls of this thing. Like this is a real place that has been built around the renders of our set and put and injected into Neos VR, like with seats in there. Like it is fucking amazing.
It is. It's really, really cool to see. It's cool to actually like be in the ship, right? I mean, and you know, I'm not going to take complete credit for this either because I had a lot of help, right? I had, you know, people like Shorty and Turk and Peter the Thinker and a whole bunch of people that have really come in and really helped really bang this out, and it really is a really cool place.
It's awesome, dude. Like, you know, like we, you know, went to like people on Fiverr when we got this set built, and like kind of had an idea of what things were going to look like, but ultimately have definitely collaborated with people to kind of make the aesthetic that we have created now. And, I've gotten used to this like flat image, like with these windows in the background and like the haptic suit hanging and the desk with the screens and stuff. And all of that is now in Neos, in VR, and we can all go there together. Like you guys can come and join us on the actual Between Reality ship in virtual reality in Neos. And like on the days where we do premieres, we can invite people in to like watch the premiere with us live on the ship on the screen in there. I cannot wait to have some community events on the Between Reality spaceship and hanging out at so amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll be
blown
super
away.
fun.
So huge respect to Skeeva and my homie here and all the people in Neos who have helped him out to pull this thing together, because for me it was like an amazing moment, like putting the headset on, because I actually didn't even know this shit was happening. Like Skeeva's working on this and not really telling me much, and then all of a sudden one day he's like, hey, get on Neos, and I do, and he invites me to the environment, and I'm like fighting tears because I'm walking around inside our thing. Like it's just amazing. Neos is incredible, virtual reality is incredible. I'm so stoked to be here.
Neos, man. Neos. It is, if you don't know what Neos is, and if you listen to me, you know what Neos is, because I talk about it all the time. I tweet about it. I'm constantly yelling about it, but because it's a very special and amazing thing, I think. It is like when I first read the book, Ready Player One, I was like, wow, when are we going to get to a point where this is a thing? And we are in the infancy of the Ready Player One oasis right now.
Yep.
A place where you can go in there, you can create from within inside of virtual reality. You don't have to leave and go into Unity and import stuff like in VR chat and come in and check it and, oh, there's a problem there, and come back out into Unity and fixing. Like, no, you do everything inside of Neos, and it is freaking amazing. You can change anything that you can imagine, you can make happen. You can program logics into things, you can create anything, and it blows my mind all the time.
And that's why I love the intro, bro, because it's evidence of that. Like we didn't use any external tools. Like we used everything inside of Neos. Like, I mean, he used everything inside Neos to rig this camera, like fly it around in there. Like that's all baked in, like we didn't have to like film or any, it's awesome, dude. So great work to you in the squad, and I'm so excited to get you guys in there with us.
Check it out in there, and if you want someone to go in there with, just hit us up, man. I will gladly go in there with you guys. I know it's a steep learning curve a bit, right? It's not like hopping into VR chat and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just here. There is a little bit to know. There's some menus, and it can be, maybe a little overwhelming at first when you're being taken through all of these things, but really after a little bit in there just hanging out, you'll just have a blast. Me and Void Citizen go in there a lot. Dean from Dean and Bren was in there with us and hanging out the other day, and we were just all laughing so hard and just having such a good time, just exploring and world hopping and playing with all the toys in there and the tools and throwing each other across the maps and like just doing ridiculous things. It's just amazing. It really is. I love it so much.
It is amazing. And like I said, I'm excited to get everybody in there. You guys can come and see it. It really does bring this little universe to life in a way that I never even imagined. So it's really cool to be able to share that with you guys. We've also been doing some video stuff, not as much as we'd like to in this time off. We still have big plans for mixed reality footage, and we want to start doing some product reviews. I have a whole box of VR accessories here that we need to open up and talk about. We kind of want to take a page out of Rendered Reality's book a little bit with that one, how they kind of like do product reviews and stuff sometimes. So you can definitely still look forward to that. But we don't really have much to share as far as that goes. We've really kind of been working on the show.
I mean, we did the Space Slurpees one, right? Because if you don't know, Space Slurpees has put the Between Reality ship as well with me and Alex into their game. And we'll kind of throw the video up here in the background so you can check it out. But it's really awesome. You go in there and like you are standing in this Between Reality ship, and there's Space Slurpee stuff everywhere, and there's dickhead robots in there. It's really cool. It's super cool.
Yeah, it is cool. In fact, Dickhead Robot, Scorn be his name or whatever the hell, I don't know how to say. But that fucking dickhole is actually the first boss fight of Space Slurpees. This is the very first boss fight in this game, and it's against Dickhead Robot, and he's saying stuff to you in there. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it really is cool.
And this is derived from the same Blender files that we built the Neos environment from, and of course the set that you see.
And of course, the Starcade Arcade has done an amazing job getting all this put together, creating all the little robots that chase you around and try to kill you. It's super fun, man. I really had a blast. I love Space Slurpees as it is. Like, I go in there and I just chill. It's a very zen thing.
It really is.
You know, it's really awesome. I mean, you first hear about this and you're like, oh, whatever, until you try it. And you try it, and you, for some reason, every time you die, you're like, no, I need to do this again. I can do better.
Right.
You know, and it's really, all the environments they've created have been absolutely gorgeous and just beautiful. And they did a fantastic job bringing us into the game. I mean, I think it's awesome.
This is some like bucket list kind of shit for me, dude. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like straight up. It is so fucking amazing to me to have a brand that we have developed and put together show up in a real video game, you know. Like it's such it's like humbling, and it's an absolute honor. And you know, I'm so thankful to the Starcade Arcade team for pulling us in. This wasn't like a sponsored thing or anything like that. Like there's no money exchange. They just wanted to help us as much as they could, and it's so cool.
It's awesome. They're great guys, dude.
They really are.
I really like them. You know, and they're one of the, I think, most vocal and just one of the most vocal dev groups out there. Not groups, but there's just a couple of them. But man, they're always out there talking to people, helping people, encouraging people,
making silly ass TikToks,
making a lot of really funny TikToks that make me laugh.
So,
really,
you know, speaking of things being sponsored and not being sponsored, we actually do have a sponsor.
We do.
This is our very first sponsor ever. So as we're able to monetize, we're able to pull on sponsors as well. Of course, this is something that we tread lightly with. You know, like we're not about to bring Coca-Cola on as a sponsor or anything like that, because that's poison. And if you're drinking Coca-Cola, you shouldn't. But
any soda, really.
Yeah, any soda,
you know.
right? But that's a different podcast.
But this is VAL, right? This is the Virtual Athletics League. This is legit, amazing, awesome esports. I mean, how could we say no to this? This is incredible.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of esports. These guys have absolutely been crushing it with their competitions, and right now they have the summer games going on, which is pretty awesome.
Yep, the summer games. So it actually started on August 21st. So it's been going for a little bit of a while now, and it's running till September 12th. So we still have plenty of time if you are interested in getting into some of this and competing. I definitely think you should.
Yeah, there's $20,000 worth of cash and prizes in this thing, man. Like, to play video games.
Right. I mean, of course, you got to be good, which is hard.
You do.
But if you're good,
but they are giving prizes away too for just engaging with some of this stuff as well. You don't even have to play to win some of these prizes. But some of the games in here are absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting too is, like, I mean, I've done some competing. I joined a tower tag team, and we took second in the international championship and fucking won some money. You know, like, legit. Like, their VR is still so niche and so small and unique that, like, if you own this game, you have a chance. You know what I mean? Like, you literally have a chance. Like, it's not at this point where it's like, you know, if you want to play Fortnite competitively, good fucking luck, because there's some 13-year-old out there who has skills just out so far beyond your comprehension. You know, here, our community is more intimate, and I think if you like any of these games, you have a legitimate shot.
Yeah, I mean, look at these.
Something.
Look at these games: Blade and Sorcery, Blast On, Dance Collider, Hellsweeper, which is brand new in alpha. I can't believe that's even a thing.
Right?
Echo Arena, which is an amazing game, one of my favorites. Hyperdash, fantastic. Larcenauts, oh my god, amazing.
Dude.
Synth Riders, Swarm, Swords of Gargantua,
So
just
this
to
isn't
name
even,
a couple.
it's not even all PvP games, because, like,
No, it's
Hellsweeper's not a PvP game.
Nope.
Neither is Synth Riders. You know, it's like high scores and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Walkabout Golf.
anyway,
you know?
the point here is that we are proud to be sponsoring Val. We love people who do everything they can to push the technology forward, and it is obvious to us that Val is busting their asses to make as many amazing events happen for all the VR competitors out there. So if you got a competitive bone in your body, check out Val. There's a damn good chance that you could get involved, and this could become something bigger than you imagine. So we're all about it. We will not take sponsors from people that we're not all about. So we're proud to say that these guys are awesome, and we've got a nice little collaboration going with them right now.
Yep. Super good stuff, man. You'll hear more just over the next week over this competition, because there's a lot of games going on. There's a lot of good people involved in this stuff. You got people like Soul Fox and V Bunny Go, and like that are really, taking and, participating in a lot of this stuff. So,
and we're going to end up talking to some people, right? Like we're going to end up having some conversations with some Valve folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Some Valve folks and some of the game developers for a lot of these games that are coming in here. We're going to bring them on and chat with them. So it'll be great. Good stuff.
Sweet, man. Well, and one thing that I kind of wanted to touch on really quick is you mentioned that Hellsweeper is in that list. I was just like you, taken back by the fact that you see Hellsweeper in for that alpha demo came out yesterday. Yeah. Right? Yesterday?
Yeah.
2 days ago?
Yesterday. It was if it wasn't
yesterday, it was 2 days ago. Like it is so recent. It's not even funny. So
it's alpha. It's not even in beta form yet.
And
it's a beautiful game.
I saw you playing it last night.
I was playing it.
What do you think?
Night. Can we talk? It's not in beta anymore.
Yeah,
right?
no.
Yeah. So, we live in NDA land, so just got to make sure, right? Did I bring in? Shoot, I was going to bring in a video for it, and I did not. But the game is coming along very well for being an alpha. It is absolutely gorgeous. I had a lot of fun, like flying through the air and killing demons in hell. You know what I mean? It was very Doom-esque. It's like Doom had a baby with what was their first game there? Sirento. Yeah, that's right. And it's great, man. It's really fun. Now, my biggest gripe about this game is I feel like you need to take a college course on the controls. There is a lot of gestures to make things happen, and I was having a real hard time under pressure,
right?
Like remembering some of these things.
But what I like about it is that you can take a course in the advanced movements and stuff, but you don't need to. Right. Like you can get through everything with like a basic approach. Like you can just go purely swords the whole time and kill everything.
You got to summon the sword though, so you got to know the action to summon your weapon.
So you have to learn how to play the game at least a little bit. But the point I'm trying to make is that it is deep. It's like, in my opinion, it's easy to pick up and get into it, but hard to master. And that's the kind of game that I like. Yeah. I personally had a very hard time playing Sirento. Like I picked that shit up and like for whatever reason, it like didn't seem fluid to me. Like I tried to like connect all my stuff, and I know somebody might hate me for saying that because they love the game, but I just personally couldn't get into Sirento so much. Hellsweeper, on the other hand, I feel completely different about. I think this game is fucking awesome. And I was doing some dope ass shit, like wall running off of something, jumping off of the wall run, throwing my hands up to do a somersault. And while I'm upside down, I'm pulling pistols out, like blasting stuff while I'm inverted, landing, pulling out a sword, cutting something up, like throwing a fireball, throwing an ice ball. Like it's fucking dope, dude.
It is. It is. Here, I'm going to bring up this video here. I should probably mute it since you made this one. And we can also talk about the fact that it has bhaptic support, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, anything with bhaptic support is so much more immersive than it normally would be, to actually feel these things hit you, to feel the actions that you're doing. And it's really, really awesome, man. It's really pretty awesome.
It was a lot of fun to play, dude. And, they did a really good job with the integration too. I am like very, very hands-on these days with the bhaptics integrations. Like most of the time I am like, when we have a new game coming in, I end up playing it and then putting together a folder of haptic feedback files for the developer to use. And I did that with Hellsweeper. So actually it's like weird to realize this now, but like a lot of what I provided to them ended up getting put in and used. And it's like nice and fleshed out. And like, you can feel it when you're like dashing through the air and stuff, and like the flips and just like those little subtle things that really go a long way with a good haptic integration.
Yep.
But I mean, haptics aside, Hellsweeper is dope. Like I really had a great time playing it. I want to get better, like I want to slide into stuff, and like I saw like a trailer of them doing some really wild shit, like combining two of the effects and things like that. So anyway, I think Hellsweeper is awesome, and if you are a PC VR player, you should probably check it out.
When you can. I mean, is this open to public now? Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you can go.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah,
you can go and play it.
I definitely enjoyed it. How is it going over there at bhaptics, by the way?
Good, man. Yeah, it's been great. I've been staying super busy. Like I said, I now like a lot of times when we make a partnership or a collaboration, I end up playing the game and like designing haptics, and it has kind of like changed my relationship with virtual reality a little bit over the past year, you know, working in it and like playing VR game for work, you know, like it sounds like a dream job. And frankly, it is. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm so happy with kind of how things have worked out. And I've really been enjoying my time. And, you know, the people who I work with are great, you know, like so like hardworking and like passionate about what they do. And all the developers that we work with have been awesome. You know, the VR community extends beyond all of us too, you know, into the developers, into all these business people, and they're great there too, you know? So I've had the chance to work intimately with developers with their games, integrating stuff and making it feel awesome. And it really has been a dream job, but it does change my relationship with VR. Like back in the day, even before Between Realities, like I would wake up every single morning and run downstairs as fast as possible, still in my underwear, to play Firewall 0 Hour. Like every day. Like I was so hooked. Like that's all I wanted to do was play Firewall. And I don't really feel that way about VR anymore, if I'm being honest. You know, like I feel like virtual reality has acclimated to my life to such a degree that I like borderline take it for granted a little bit.
Sure.
You know, it's almost like Google searches.
Well, now you have to do it. It's not, you're not doing because you want to. Now you have to do it.
Well, that's true. But it's the extended exposure really does change it, you know? And, and I've been comparing it to like Google, you know, or like web searches. Like I remember when my dad brought home the internet, it was like the greatest day ever. I was so excited. I was like searching Nintendo 64 tips and like navigating all these Angel Fire websites and shit. And like that had a certain amount of novelty for quite a while. Like I could just go online and just search stuff, and that was fun. Like I could do that all day. Now we have acclimated to the idea of searching so much to the point where we have to do it, and it's not something that I do really recreationally, even though I thoroughly enjoy it and appreciate it. That's kind of how I'm starting to feel about VR a little bit. Like I'm noticing that because I spend so much time in there with haptics and like with the games that are coming out and stuff, that when I like punch out for the day, I'm like not in a hurry to go throw the headset back on. You know, so it's interesting because I love it, but at the same time, I almost feel like the relationship has changed with the technology in a way that removes some of like the novelty and like the magic and the mysticism, you know, and I kind of miss it a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm still ultra obsessed, and I get off of work and I go right back into VR. You know, like I don't know what my deal is, man. I don't know if it's escapism. I don't know. I just want to be in VR all the time. You know, one of the things is I get to go in there and hang out with my friends too, you know, which is friggin' amazing. I love hanging out with all these people that, you know, in Neos and all these different social experiences. It's really great. And I mean, I'm now working in VR as well, full time.
I was supposed to even bring that up. Yeah, dude. Tell us more about your shit, because this is amazing. Like I've seen your life transform multiple times in the, I don't know, couple of years, I guess.
Life's been weird. Yeah.
It's so crazy, but I'm so stoked for you, dude. So you have
thanks.
a legitimate gig. Like I would argue more legitimate than mine.
I don't know, dude.
It's dope.
Amazing.
It's dope, but like you're really in with what you're doing. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. So I'm working for Vertigo Games now, which are the creators of some great games like Arizona Sunshine, and a bunch of games like
what's this one that's upcoming that's pretty dope looking?
Oh, yes. After the fall. Yeah. I always get it mixed up with Until You Fall. It really messes with me. Like I always say Until You Fall, After the Fall. It's crazy. But you know, they got great stuff coming out like Unplugged as well, which is like Guitar Hero with hand tracking for the Quest. You know, they had great they have a really long track record of amazing games. But what I'm specifically doing is I'm working for their Springboard VR division, which is which runs pretty much all the VR arcades in the world pretty much. You know, I'm doing a lot of support for them for different kinds of games and different for hardware and for all this stuff. So it's been pretty amazing, and I really the people I'm working with so far, I have really enjoyed everybody. I mean, everyone's been so nice and helpful, and they've let me in on a lot of trade secrets, which I got to be careful to not accidentally spill anything on the show. Right? No,
you're looking behind the curtain over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. But I can't. I'm a good boy. If anyone from Vertigo's watching,
if we get 5 Patreons by the end of the season,
this is not true.
He's gonna start
this is not
spilling
true.
all the info.
Nope. Absolutely not. But you know, it's a great job with a great company, and I'm able to really, I feel like, contribute to virtual reality in a different way, and also contribute to VR arcades, which are showing people virtual reality for the first time and kind of creating a lot of these VR addictions, which I think is absolutely awesome. So yeah, I feel like I'm very fortunate. I think, thank you to Vertigo and to Springboard and all my coworkers. You guys are amazing. So.
Well, I think LBE VR. What an acronym! I think LBE VR
location-based
is lucky
entertainment.
to have you. I think they're lucky to
Thank
have
you.
you. You know, like you've got the true enthusiast perspective, and to your point, these arcades often are people's entryway. And it's got to go well. It's got to work. They can't go in there and have it all fall apart on them, because they'll be like, what the hell is this VR bullshit?
And we see that all the time, right? You go into a mall and you get these like little pods that look so cool, and then you sit in them and someone throws this terrible 3 Degree of Freedom headset on, like, which is a phone and a $5 case, right? And then get you motion sick through a roller coaster ride. And then these people never come back to virtual reality. So I am very happy to be working with legitimate virtual reality that's introducing a whole new world for people, a whole new reality.
It's dope. And who knows, maybe you can get your hands on some like sweet hardware, right? Like maybe get us a Vive Focus 3 would be cool, something like that. Like, nice. You're gonna need something like that, right? I think you do. You need it.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. For now, I am just very happy to have a great job working in this industry. So it's awesome. I'm proud of you, dude. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yep, it's really cool. It's awesome. And, we're just having fun being a part of all this stuff, really.
Absolutely. I saw some great people hopping into chat. More people coming on in here. We got Mateo311. I saw the Bearded Bard in here. Nice. Virtual Steve. I don't know if you said Virtual Steve earlier. But thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Just wanted to throw that out there.
I also got a crown. Oh, no, wait, not a crown. What did I get? I got an implant done.
Oh.
In my mouth.
Did you?
Yeah, during the break.
Oh.
Yeah. Anybody out there have an implant?
Oof. I had that done once.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, they go into your face with a power drill, man, and they literally drill into your skull.
Yeah. And like, I don't even know how it happened. All of a sudden it's done, and I'm like, wait a second, did I say I was okay with that? Like, what the fuck? This shit's permanent. Like, it's in there now, I don't have like the tooth that's going on top of it yet. But that's another thing I did.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. Well, good times there. Ouch. Not really. I did not have fun with my implant. But anyway, you playing any good games lately?
So we just talked about Hellsweeper.
Yep.
That I have been playing. I've been, I'm usually busy with everything that I'm doing. So I'm basically always playing stuff that is like about to be integrated with Behaptics. One that I'm excited to say next week is going to happen that I've been playing is Sniper Elite VR.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people complained about Sniper Elite VR. And I was surprised after playing it because I thought it was fucking cool.
I loved it. I loved it.
Well, people complain about like the bullet time. They say that like after you pull the trigger, it like goes into that like mode or whatever. And
it's great.
I love it.
I love it
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, dude.
But I saw some people complain about it. They said that it was like immersion breaking. And it, like,
yes, I mean, people will complain about just about everything. But at the same time, everyone likes different things, and I can see that flying through the air, I guess, attached to a bullet, maybe pulls you out of it. But I'll tell you, when you see that bullet enter the person you shot at and hit, like, you see what vital organs it hits, you see the bones crunching, and like, it's just so cool, man.
Yeah. And I really also got a twofer when I was playing, which showed me back to back, like they're like, lined up in my shot, and it goes through the first guy, shows the whole thing, and then it shows the second guy, and it shows it goes through. It's like bam, bam, double whammy.
I really enjoyed that game, dude. I played through. I haven't completely finished it, but I'm pretty far into it. I love it. I love it. But speaking of games I love, there's so many good games right now, dude. I got so obsessed with Fracked. So I fired up my PSVR again for this game, and oh my God, I had some of those moments, like when you first play VR, where your jaw hits the floor, and you just sit there like, oh my God. God.
Really?
Like a couple of times, not even just once. Like this game, it's literally like being in an over the top, insane action movie, right? You're like skiing down mountains and you're shooting at people and the buildings are blowing up and you're flying off of cliffs and you know, trying to grab on a helicopter so you don't die. And oh my God, dude, it is something else, man. I really loved this game, and you know, I played it every day until I beat it, and then you know, one of those games where when you finally see those ending credits, there's that satisfaction, but at the same time, you're like, oh no, it's over.
Nice.
No.
Dude. Wow. So you played this shit to completion.
I did. I loved this game. I could not get enough of it, and it's really challenging too. Like there's some parts where you just got to keep trying over and over again. They just throw these swarms of insane enemies at you, and they are brutal, man.
And
they are brutal.
Did you have any moments where you were like, oh yeah, I'm definitely holding a move controller, like this kind of sucks?
So I'll tell you, you know, the move controllers are always the worst part about any PSVR experience, but I will tell you this, out of any game I have ever used PSVR move controllers with, this felt the best. It was intuitive. I didn't have to ever think about how I was moving like I do a lot of times with PSVR games. And it just it was so smooth. It was unreal. Like everyone needs to play Fract, every developer that's going to develop for PSVR, if they're still going to with
right.
part, you know, part 2 coming out. I don't know, man. Maybe. I mean, we got another year, right? Until PSVR 2, at least. You know, I mean, from what people are saying. But I'm telling you, man, this game, you feel like the most absolutely insane, like action hero that ever was. It is just incredible.
Damn.
And the controls are great. And the graphics are great for PSVR. And I can't say enough good things about it. I really like it.
That's quite a review.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played PSVR in so long. I don't know if oh yeah, Trover was the last game I played.
Oh,
and it was like when it came out.
Wow,
you know, like
a long time ago. Yeah,
a while ago. Like it's been collecting dust, and you know, I have a PSVR adapter that actually got shipped today from Creeper Betty PSVR. Thanks, Creeper Betty, for hooking me up with that. But I have a PSVR adapter for my PS5. Oh yeah, by the way, I got a PS5. I got one now too.
Yeah, so buddy. All right.
That. And cool. Yeah, I mean, I assume you did this on your PS5.
I did. I did do this on my PS5, yeah. I played the demo on my PS4, and it looked great, and it felt great. And then it just so happened that I think I got my adapter like the day before the release of this game, and I was just stoked to get in there. And man, I was blown away. I didn't expect it to be this good. I really just didn't. I mean, this is one of those games that just comes out of nowhere and just clocks you in the face. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, really good stuff. I can't say enough good things about it. Sweet. If you have a PS, like, look at this. Like, if you got a PSVR, play this game. There's a free demo you can play just to get a little taste of it, right? And the demo is pretty good, but it's, you know, it's not totally fantastic. I mean, they don't really throw you into some insane action right away. You know, they kind of let you get used to some of the controls. You ski right at the beginning, and there's not a ton of action in the demo, but it is, dude. I mean, I don't know. You guys know already. I love it. Can't say enough good things about it. So
sweet.
So yeah.
Man, are you? What was I gonna mention to you? I don't remember. Also, one thing you mentioned to me, Grapple tournament.
Oh. Okay. Well, here's another gusher, and I'm sorry if I keep gushing about these games, guys, but like, I'm sure you also know that since the PC VR release of this has been my favorite multiplayer shooter. I mean, this game, Grapple Tournament, is absolutely amazing. It is action freaking packed. So when I grew up gaming, some of the games that had the biggest impact on me were Unreal Tournament. And we used to all bring our computers together into people's garages and houses and invade the entire house and set up giant LAN networks for games. And we'd play Unreal Tournament and like Quake 3 Arena. And this has Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament, just the feeling of it, just all over it, man, just smeared all over it. Now they just released a demo on App Lab for Quest 2 on this. And I was a little nervous, right? Because this is like one of my favorite VR games, like of all time, right? And I'm like, oh boy, you know, it's coming to a mobile platform. How are they going to do? Are they going to be able to pull this off? And I am happy to say that with what I've seen in the demo, which is one level It is spot on. I mean, it is, I almost couldn't tell the difference. Like when I've played this game on my Quest on PC VR, and it felt exactly the same as playing it on Quest native, right? I mean, obviously when I play with my Index, it's ultra smooth, higher field of view, and it really is, it's even more next level, but you gotta play this. I mean, you just have to play this.
I'll tell you right now, dude, I am twice as competitive on the Quest as I am on my Vive Pro with the Index controllers. Like I can do twice as much on the Quest. Yeah, I'm way faster, way more responsive. Like the lack of a cord lets me move freer. The controllers give me grab buttons that I'm able to manipulate quickly. Like this.
So I will say the controls are the touch controllers for the Quest and for even the Oculus Rift are my favorite controllers for sure. But I will also tell you that having a super buttery smooth 144 hertz on the Valve Index, I feel really gives me a little bit more of an edge.
Yeah.
For some reason, I mean, it's really good, but either way,
I'm
you
like a
gotta
Jedi,
play
bro.
this game.
I rely on the Force. You could fucking blindfold me, okay? I just need the right weapon in my hand. You know what I'm saying? The rest just happens.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, here's the question: like for realsies, when are we getting a fucking basketball court? Right? Or like finding a field or something, because there is something super exciting happening with Space Pirate Arena and Space Pirate Trainer. And this is something that we've both been looking forward to for a long
because
time.
this was supposed to come out before the pandemic. And because of the pandemic, they held the release back, and for very good reason, right? There was nothing open. All the public places were closed down. And let's be real, right? A 10 meter by 10 meter, or I think it's 30 feet by 30 feet.
30 feet.
Right? Most people don't have that in their house. I mean, even people with really big houses don't have 30 feet by 30 feet. And you can't even fire up arena mode at all if you don't have a 30 by 30 foot boundary. It doesn't even give you the option, right? But I gotta get out there and play this, because this looks absolutely freaking insane. So for anyone that doesn't know about it, right, you put on your headset and you actually run around this play space. There's no thumbstick movement. You run and you get behind cover, and it changes your environment into something completely different, into a totally different world where you get to run around and shoot at your friends.
Bro,
So
I can see
stoked.
people cheesing these Guardian boundaries and fucking themselves up real bad.
Yeah.
You're looking at your place and you're like, you got a 15 by 15, and you're like, it'll be good, right? That's enough. So you draw through the walls and you give yourself like a way bigger Guardian than
you're giving people ideas here.
Well, I know. I'm just saying I can see people doing that. And then now all of a sudden they think they're in a big space and they're not, and they fucking run right into their wall or something. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we see some pretty shitty footage of people messing themselves up.
For sure, because people are also going to try to go play this out in fields where the ground isn't level.
Right.
There's going to be some great bloopers that are going to come out in this, and I hope that everyone is okay and no one gets hurt, right? But I mean, this game looks incredible, and the cool thing is, so as you can see here, you can have multiple people, I think up to 4, in the same play space running around this environment. But you can also have your own environment and your friend, maybe across the country, that also found some basketball court to go play on or something, and the two will sync up. So you don't have to be in the same play space either.
Bro, if we can combine that with the procedural generation of games like T for God or Traversal
or Shattered Lights. That's not. That's great. It's a free movement game, but anyway.
Either way, if we can combine that free movement aspect with procedural generation of environments, we can have like dungeon crawlers that we walk around
actually
together.
Crawling through the dungeon.
Yes, and we're across the country from each other, and everyone's in the same space. Like, dude, please. So this week, bro, we are going to play Space Pirate Arena, and next week we're going to talk a lot about Space Pirate Arena.
We are.
Should we just
tell them? Yeah, we're actually going to have the Space Pirate Arena guys on the show to talk about this game with us. So we'll have both Chris and Dirk on the show.
Yep.
And it's going to be great.
Those are our guests next Friday.
Yep, next Friday. So one other thing that they did mention, and I didn't bring up a thing for it visually, but I saw on Twitter they dropped this bomb on us, that you can design your own levels in real time within virtual reality, and like spray walls and like make your own levels for this game. Like, oh my, like this couldn't get any better, right? And then all of a sudden they drop that on me. I almost lost my mind.
You know what does make it better? And this is the big bomb for me, is that this whole entire time I've been waiting for Space Pirate Arena to come out. I'm like, oh, when's this game going to come out?
Yeah.
This game isn't coming out because it's not a fucking separate game. It's a free update to Space Pirate Trainer. Yep. Holy shit. Like most people just bought it. Like most people just bought Space Pirate Trainer, like because it was one of the games.
It was a release game, I think, for the HTC Vive back in the day.
And it was one of the first games on the Quest, you know? So it's like people just, I mean, who hasn't played Space Pirate Trainer, you know? Like,
so when this release comes out, when the update, when the DLC comes out, the price of the game is going to go up. But if you already have the game, you're in, man. You're golden. You get all the DX content already. And it's going to be, I mean, what value, right? I mean, it's an already great game that is now even better.
And it's frankly, I don't know how they do it, right? Because it's like, oh, so like all of us, like core players who were basically ready, you know, to drop the money if we had to. Anyway, we would have, of course, we would have tried to get it for free, but we would have dropped the money if we had to. Right. And no one has to.
Yeah.
Like, how are they recuperating the past couple of years of work?
I don't know. I mean, I
guess we can ask them next week.
I guess. I mean, so Quest 2 has sold a lot of headsets. I mean, you know, Boz, I'm not a fan of the guy, but he came out and let us know that they are approaching that 10 million mark, and that they're going to get there a lot faster than they thought they were. You know, they sent out all those facial pads, right? Because they had to pull the Quest 2 down for a little bit there because there was some complaints with skin irritation. And I think maybe some of it was people just were sweating in the headset and weren't washing the spongy stuff, right? So they're sending out like a cover you can put over it, you know, a silicone cover. Yeah. So, and they also pulled all the Quests off the shelves, opened all the boxes, threw a silicone cover in there, right? And then re-put out the thing. And what's cool is they also doubled the base model storage from 64 gigabytes to 128 gigabytes, which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Right? It just makes it way easier to buy, you know? Chroma Snare, it is only on Quest. Arena, of course, needs to be on Quest. But if you own it on Quest, you get it for free. Yep. And Traveling Man makes a great point here, which I hadn't even considered. Traveling Man 3775 says, if we can make our own levels, then we can conform it to our house. You can conform the layout. So like maybe if you can make your own level, you don't actually need a fully explorable 30 by 30 space.
Well, so the maximum space is 30 by 30 feet, right? Or 10 by 10 meters.
Minimum.
But that's the biggest that Quest will go at all.
But it's also the minimum required for the game, right?
It is. So you have to utilize the entire space, which means if you leave out a wall or a doorway or something like that you're not going to meet the minimum space.
Well, no. So you cheese it, right? You draw a huge 30 by 30 square around you that goes through like walls and fucking hallways and shit. And then in your level editor, you go put a wall where your wall is. And you go put like obstacles where your stuff
I
is.
see what you're saying.
You can actually move around in the space even though you don't have a full...
that's an interesting concept. I didn't put that together even after you said it.
That's what he's saying.
Wow, that'll be really interesting. That'll be really interesting to see how people get around this and what people do to, you know, with the level editors and with just
like
trying to play this in general.
And, you know, like I designed a hallway for us to do duels in, and we like stand back to back and like walk down the hallway and turn around and fire at each other. And we just do that over and over and over.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
We're gonna ask. We should ask these questions, and guys, get your questions ready for these developers for next week too, because you know, here on Between Realities, we ask the real questions. We ask the hard-hitting ones. Like I personally would love to know financially what their perspective is with, you know, adding it as a free update. I would have paid $4 for a DLC happily. You know, like that's huge.
I mean, I would have paid $20 for the game, for the entire, you know, if it were Space Pirate Arena is another game, I'd have bought it.
Yep.
You know, but the fact that they're pretty much giving it away, I mean, it's just unreal. So super awesome. I am very glad that this is finally seeing the light of day because I've been waiting for this, like a lot of people, for a very long time. since the beginning of the pandemic.
We're gonna have a busy week next week, dude.
Yeah.
Hope you're ready. You know, because it looks like we're gonna squeeze in an episode with the Val peeps on Wednesday, right?
Yes. Bonus episode right off the bat, coming in hot.
Right off the bat, we're gonna do some sponsored content with our friends over at Val. So we're gonna have some of the players and developers.
Well, we're going to actually have some developers from some pretty awesome games that you guys love, and I won't spoil that part for you.
Cool.
But yeah, so it's not just the Val stuff specifically, but it's games that you guys probably really enjoy, and the devs are coming on to talk about their involvement with Val.
Great.
And just their games in general.
Cool.
You know,
so we're going to do that on Wednesday, right? And so, I mean, and we also have to work.
Yeah.
You know, and we got other stuff to do. So maybe we play like the day before, like on Thursday or something.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I'm saying. We got a tight
Tuesday.
schedule. Okay, maybe Tuesday. Either way, we're gonna make something happen. And I guess we'll have to bring a
or
pair
Thursday,
of hands.
yeah.
Maybe we can film it too. You know, get like some shots to share with everybody.
That would be great. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, there's that. And now, I mean, I feel like we should just kind of go right down my gush list here, right? Because I'm so excited for all these games. And another game. It's not a game that came out, but it's another update to one of my favorite VR games, and that is No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky got an update called Frontiers, and this game in general is such a love story to how to come back from a terrible release, right? These guys got absolutely buried by, they made all of these comments and all of these promises of things that were going to be in this game, but it didn't release with any of those things, right? But they have made good on every single promise that they came out with right from the beginning, plus so much more. Right now, you can find and create full settlements on planets, right? Where
with NPCs,
where you can go out, and you can collect things for them and help bring these settlements, make them more, just make them better for the aliens that are living there, right? And you get more and more people moving in, and whatever the case may be. But I mean, they've really stepped out their base building. They have all different kinds of new materials and different ways to build really crazy and elaborate buildings and full establishments, towns of stuff. And it's really bonkers, man. I don't know, we talk about people just continually releasing all of these things for free, right? Like, how are these guys still making money off of this stuff?
This really is an interesting story, dude, because No Man's Sky was like the worst video game release of all time.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. And I mean, I guess we could argue nowadays, right? Like Cybercump came out and it was fucking bad, right? Like, bad. It was like the worst release ever. Like, they had to refund a bunch of people because it was just fucking broken and didn't do anything that they said it was going to. So we could argue that, but at the time, there was never a worse video game release than No Man's Sky. Everyone was hyped. It came out. Everyone shit on it.
Yep.
Everyone. Like, no one liked that game, and they somehow kept their heads up and probably by adding VR support have made it achieve legendary status for a lot of people.
I mean, all kinds of things they've added to make the flat gamers happy, to make the VR players happy. They've did so many life improvements in this game that are just off the hook, man, off the hook. And I've put hundreds and hundreds of hours into this game.
It's a real game. And that's the thing. Like, this isn't just a VR game. Like, this is a real AAA, fully fucking full-on game, and you can invite your flat friends to come and play it with you.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the awesome things about this is you can all jump in to the same solar system, all fly around, explore planets together. You can go battle other groups of people, steal all their stuff. Once if you get your stuff stolen, man, that's it. You don't get it back. Like, you got to go collect more stuff and craft more stuff and build more stuff. So, like, this game has become something else. There's this whole thing that was happening. I think we talked about it on the last season where there are these two solar systems next to each other, and people are building bases on all these planets, and then they're going and having these crazy wars with each other. And it's really wild. I mean, the amount of types of guns and things that are in this game now is crazy. There's mechs, there's vehicles, there's submarines, there's it's unreal. This game is it's cream of the crop, man. This is like one of my dream games.
Right. If you're spending a lot of time in VR, this is one of those things that I guess you should probably be getting into, spending a little bit of time in.
I think so.
It's approachable, you know, like it's not like like what's that game? That space game.
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, like that is like not as approachable, you know, like that to me.
Yeah, it has a very high learning curve, you know, to you really, you know, that I think that game is more about flying the ships correctly, right? You have to learn how to fly that ship. You aren't just going to get in there, take off and go cruising. Right. You know what I mean? Like you got to know what all the buttons do. It's very, very involved, but its following is absolutely insane. And that game is what brought a lot of people initially into VR, because that game was out before VR was even a thing in this latest version with HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. And that game got VR support pretty early on, and I was able to really bring a lot of people in that love that game. Mm-hmm. So I haven't played it. I own it, and I still haven't played it because anytime I want to play a space exploration game, I just get sucked into No Man's Sky, and I can spend forever in there. Right? You can build in there. You can manipulate the terrain. You can dig a hole right through the center of the planet if you want. Like it's really amazing the things that you're able to accomplish in this game, and it's just amazing. You know, I'd love to have Sean Murray on the show someday. Well, you know, who knows?
I mean, dude, you just spoke it. That's step one.
There we go.
Rise the King's here. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Boys, how you doing? Sorry, I'm late. How dare you, dude? We fucking made the show 3 hours later, and you're still late. Unbelievable. Virtual Steve says No Man's Sky now just needs monster battling like Pokemon. Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool. That would be cool. They brought in these giant sandworms that bust out of the planet, and like they're mostly visual, right? You can't really do a whole lot with them, but I mean, to see one of those things just bust through the ground and just go up in the air, and then it's surreal, man.
Well, if you could battle those monsters, then that would make some monsters literally like more desirable than others because of like what they brought to a fight or whatever, and that would make like exploring and looking for what life really, really engaging, right? Like if you find a really cool creature that you can now use in your fights and it does something that you've never seen before, like well, dope. And with, you know, to kind of play on that with the companions update that happened, right? You can adopt some of these crazy creatures and like strap these things onto them. You can ride them around, and they'll kind of they'll kind of protect you against some of the hostile entities and stuff. So it really, I mean, I can't say enough good things about No Man's Sky. Yeah. It's a dream come true for me. I've always, from a little kid, I wanted a spaceship that I could go and explore the solar systems, and now I have it. I have my own spaceship. It's crazy. Well, I have a few actually. You're definitely selling it, because Rock vs. Reality says looks like it's time to start playing No Man's Sky again.
Hell yeah.
So you're definitely selling. And by the way, I don't know if I said hi to Aaron Summers, but what's up, Aaron Summers?
Hey, dude? How's it going?
I don't know if I mentioned seeing you in the chat earlier, but it is great to see you. Thank you for being here for our premiere. It's pretty exciting.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
You know, really, by the way, you know, that whole monster thing got me thinking about that announcement for Monster Rancher. What do you know about Monster Rancher?
Never even heard of it.
See, yeah, you might be too old for that. But in the Pokemon days, there was a competitor that came out on PlayStation called Monster Rancher. And what made this game unique was the ability to run the game and then pop the disc out of your machine and then put into your machine a random ass CD. Like like your fucking, you know, like, I don't know. Whatever.
Like a music CD?
Yeah, like a music CD, you know, like a Bush 16 Stone, you know?
Okay.
Like just, that's what I was listening to, I guess, back then. But like any music CD, or maybe like a software CD, or like anything. And it would read the data and generate a monster based off of whatever kind of random data that it would get.
Whoa,
and
interesting.
You could have, like, there was some monsters that were like specific to certain albums or like certain games or certain discs that you would put into the machine. So the only way to get that would be to put it into the disc. So fucking cool. So anyway, that game has like a re-release coming out now, and I think they're taking a new approach, of course, because nobody uses CDs. You know, it's maybe like some kind of like digital asset way of rolling the dice on something. But anyway, it got
and
me
this is VR?
that. No, it's not. I just wanted to mention it. I know, but it's PlayStation, right?
No, that's cool.
But one thing that is VR that is bright and colorful and fun, and I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on a little bit, and it was just announced, is a new title from Alchemy Labs. Have you seen it?
Oh, man.
You should pull up their Twitter.
Oh, yeah? Let's see what we got here.
Pull that shit up.
Alchemy Labs.
So Alchemy Labs is the developer behind the freaking platinum smash hit Job Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And they came out with Vacation Simulator, which I got to be honest, I didn't play. I didn't try it. And I think I
don't
probably
even know how to spell alchemy. I know it's owl.
Owl, CH, like alchem, like chemistry.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't play Vacation Simulator, and I've always kind of wanted to, but it just never really happened. And I don't think I'm the only one. I think a lot of people missed.
I
Vacation
bought it
Simulator.
and I wanted to play it.
I think that's the way it worked out.
You
like
know?
everyone who played Job Simulator knew that Vacation Simulator was probably going to be like a step in the right direction, and like improve on some of the stuff from Job Simulator. But there just wasn't anything that was like really alluring about it to me.
I can't even find. Oh, here it is.
Yeah,
here it is.
There you go. So there it is. Cosmonious High is the name of their new title.
Interesting. What's this all about?
It looks bright and colorful and fun, just like Job Simulator, but rather than being at a job, it looks like a school setting. And rather than, their whole like lore of it being the future and all that shit, it looks like you're an alien alongside of all these other alien personalities. And
interesting. Interesting.
I gotta be honest, these kinds of games like appeal to me. Like I see that and I'm like, oh, like that looks fun. Like the bright colorfulness, like the soft lines, and it's like not gritty. And I don't know, man. Like I kind of like the bright colorfulness of stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the over popping of all these colors. It is very pretty. It'll be interesting to see what these guys come up with, because they are the kings of interaction.
Dude.
When it comes to being able to pick up things and play with things and put things in other things and all that stuff, these guys know where it's at. So
yeah,
it should be interesting to see.
I mean, especially for younger folks, as an adult, I like Job Simulator, and I had a great time like putting hot dogs into Slurpees and giving them to people and shit, but kids,
God, my daughter, if I can't even put her in there because she won't ever want to come out, and then it's a fight to get her out of there. Kids love Job Simulator. They really do.
So if they're able to capture that Job Simulator magic and like put in like some relatable characters and like a relatable like world that you can like kind of connect with and maybe like come back to and feel like you're a part of, then it's probably gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm down for just about any VR game, especially from a game like from a company that made such a classic like Job Simulator. So I'm definitely down for that. I want to give a shout out to a friend of Between Realities here, being Kent By. Kent has been on our show a few times and will definitely be back. But Kent just hit 1,000 episodes on his podcast, The Voices of VR. And I mean, the guy is an absolute legend. He tackles he tackles a lot of hard conversations with virtual reality, but he also goes very deep, a lot deeper than we ever do. The guy is just I think one of the great minds of our times. I'd almost put him up there with the Elon Musks of the world and stuff like that. The guy is so smart and just so he's just so well spoken, and like I really
obviously dedicated, like
very dedicated.
1,000 fucking episodes.
It's unbelievable.
That is so many.
Yeah, I mean,
like
1,001 now, but
how many have we done? This is a season 4 premiere. Like, I mean, we've only been
60s, I think.
In the 60s.
I think so.
What? That sounds like a lot.
It does, but it's not 1,000.
Right.
I mean, that is some serious stuff. And like you had said one time when we were talking about this, that's only the ones he released.
Right.
That guy has like a backlog of podcasts he hasn't even published. Yeah. So imagine what this guy has done. He's one of the hardest workers in virtual reality. And, I say that about not quite a few people. I say that about a few people like Gamertag and Paradise Decay, the people that are out there like really grinding and every single day bringing you amazing things. And Kent is amazing. He's an awesome guy. He is out there fighting for the rights and the ethics for this stuff, for virtual reality to come up and be raised right. You know what I mean? Like he is, he's just an awesome guy, and I can't say enough good things
One
about
of the things I really like about him too is that he gives you, the listener, the benefit of the doubt. And frankly, probably way more than he should, because he assumes that you are capable of understanding the words he's using. And the reality of talking with Kent Bai is that you probably don't. Like, he is like operating on another level and is like making references to stuff that he's assuming that you as an educated person will be able to like pull from, and you can't. Like, he is insanely intelligent, and if you're going to listen to Kent Bai, honestly, I would recommend like being ready to Google something, because it will probably give you some context to what he's saying. If he drops a word that you're unfamiliar with, you should learn what it is, because he's saying really profound stuff all the time. Like, he really is a amazing individual, and we're lucky to have him in the space. And I also should mention this, because we haven't really talked about this much, and it's like been something that I've like frankly avoided. But last time we had Kent on our show, it was intense. It was really intense. Like, it was insanely emotional. Kent opened up to us about something that he has never shared publicly, and it was like, I think it's got to be like the strongest memory I have of doing anything in this space. Like, amazing, you know, and we are so grateful to him for being so authentic and open and like answering our questions.
I cried after that show,
dude.
I did.
It was fucking heavy. It was heavy. I was left in the wake of that shit for like weeks, and I felt like it was something that we could have even clipped and like shared and got a bunch of views on it with like the right title. But like, it was like so real that I didn't even want to like reproduce it and put it back out there. But it's been a while now, you know, like I think that we have kind of like had some time to reflect after having him on, and I think he has too. And we've already talked to him about coming back on the show. And of course, thankfully he's willing to do it, which is a great thing. And that's another reason why it's
crazy too, because he's obviously a very busy guy. You know, 1,001 episodes so far. I mean, I don't even know how he has time to come hang out with us. But
well, he does, and we're definitely excited to have him back. But that is an episode that, if you didn't catch it, is like worth going back to, because it'll give you some perspective on Kent as a person and on life. And
you got to make it to the end of that one, because that's where shit gets heavy.
It was amazing. But anyway, shout out to Kent Bai. 1,000 episodes of the Voices of VR podcast, talking to the real movers and shakers in the industry, and somebody who I've had great admiration for ever since I've learned of his existence.
Yes, me too, man. He's absolutely, you know, I'll go as far as to say a hero of mine. Right. He really is. Yeah. The guy's unreal.
I just want to learn how to talk like he does, or at least just learn what all of his words mean. That would be a good step in that direction.
He's very smart, man. Very well spoken. He's studied all kinds of philosophy. He knows. I mean, he just knows so. He's unreal. Anyway, go check out Voices of VR. Yep. The guy's insane.
Which, by the way, is not a video podcast like ours. He does it. Where does he do it?
On his website. Yeah. VoicesofVR.com. Yeah, I'm sure he's on some of the podcast sites, but where I go is just VoicesofVR.com, and it's boom right there. You just hit the button, play. You know.
We're also on these random like podcast websites. Between Realities, if you are an audio listener, you can catch it on like
iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and a few more that I've never even heard of. But we're there anyway. So
all right, we're on it.
You know, yeah.
Cool. So we got a little bit of time left here.
We do, and there's some stuff I'm wondering if we should even get into, like
no, not like that,
like the Pico thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This
has been a fun episode. Let's not.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not go down a negative route here. Well, I'm sure we'll get into the Pico acquisition at another time. Know that we have been reading about it, and you know, we'll talk about it eventually. You know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, we got I played Beat Saber came out with another music pack. That's kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, people have been begging for Skrillex since day one.
Oh yeah, I love. I'm a big fan of Skrillex. I've seen him in concert. I do like him.
Oh really? You've seen him live?
I have.
That's fun.
I have. It was a great show too. Absolutely great show.
Do VR peeps still play Beat Saber? I mean, I know I do. Like I played Beat Saber twice this week, and I haven't even played the Skrillex pack yet. But I've been trying to get back into.
I'm going to get into it just for this Skrillex pack.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's great music, and this is. I mean, it just lends itself perfectly to this.
Yeah, the EDM stuff really is the best for Beat Saber. Like, even if you don't listen to EDM, like on your free time, like I don't personally, like I'm not going to go on and listen to Skrillex, but I am going to get hyped about a Skrillex fucking pack because those songs bang and Beat Saber bangs, and you want to feel like you're shredding when you're in there, and a song that shreds helps you shred.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And it's kind of like metal, you know, like it hits as hard as metal does, but people find metal so abrasive, you know, like for some reason electronic music that bangs really hard is like easier to listen to for people, even though a lot of death metal and stuff kind of captures the same energy. Like it's still like bringing. Like,
yeah,
really
it's heavy, dude. It's heavy. Skrillex is some heavy stuff. Even though it's electronic, it is heavy. But man, it makes me want to move, and I don't dance for anything. So it's really good stuff. I'm very excited. I'm just excited that the Beat Saber guys are still supporting this game. I mean, obviously they're gonna. It's like the Mario of VR, right? I mean, you know, it was the game that really put VR on the radar for a lot of people. I mean, it was on like Jimmy Fallon. It was, you know, it was a big deal. Yeah. It's what really took mixed reality and the company Live to another level as well.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's made a big impact.
I still love it. You know, to me, Beat Saber is like a way of life, man. Like you get in there and like after the first song, and I hadn't played in like, I don't know, a month probably or longer. But I got in there in that first song, I was like a little sticky, a little hard, like, you know, and then I started out the second song and I was like, oh yeah, this is my place. This is where I need to be. You know, like it feels fucking good. It is expression at its finest. And I recommend if you do want to play a little Beat Saber next time, turn that music up, put your fucking headphones on, crank that up, like jam it out loud, and like make sure no one's watching you. And just go hard,
or like, let people watch you, whatever.
Or well, I feel like people don't go hard because they're like worried about how they're gonna like be perceived, you know. And like go be by yourself and let go, like truly let go, like really lean into those swings and like feel it, like feel the music, dance to it a little bit. And I don't know, man. I just don't know how you can't have fun playing Beat Saber. It's the best game ever. It's good, man. I got back into it the other day. I went in to try Dance Collider on the Quest, and you know, it was all right. It was fun. I've been trying to get a little bit more active with some stuff and really try to exercise a little bit more, and Dance Collider made me want to get into Synth Riders, so I went from there into Synth Riders, and then Synth Riders made me want to get into Beat Saber, so I got back into Beat Saber again for a little bit there and played some songs and had a really good time. And it's a great game. You know, so, I feel like we were like, I don't know, almost. Anyway, you and I hung out at one point during our break, and we went to our local arcade bar, or one of our local arcade bars. It's a place called Endgame Barcade, and I love the place. It is so awesome. There's like machines everywhere, like you know, cocktails named after video games and stuff, like computers, retro games, new games, TVs all over the place. It's just dope. I love this spot. Yep. But we were there, and oh shit, I hope you were there. I think you were there. Yeah, you were. And there was a guy there with a Quest, right? You remember this? No, I don't. No, fuck, I don't think you were with me. Wow, I can't believe it. Anyway, I've been there a few times. Well, I've gone to this bar a few times in the past couple of months. But anyway, I went there recently, and there was a guy who came in with a Quest. And at this bar, there's like a DJ booth and like a dance floor, and like it's pretty wide open, and people go in there, and you know, people who aren't playing video games will go in there and dance. And this dude brought a Quest 2 in with him and puts it on, walks into the middle of the dance floor in this public bar, and proceeds to go absolutely ham on Dance Central. And it's just like out there like flipping his wrists, you know, like along with the music, and like whatever the song is asking him to do, like he's just nailing it. And like the dude is dripping sweat, like absolutely soaked in sweat, with a quest over his face in the middle of a dance floor, not giving a flying fuck about anybody around him. And it was amazing to see. Like I loved it.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yep. And there was like a beautiful girl who approached him eventually, and you know, she was way out of his league, let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like interested in what he was doing. You know, she's like, what the hell is going on here? And he like pulls this sweaty headset off. He's like, here, try it. And he's like handing it over to her. And she's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
There is nothing worse than putting a wet, cold, gross headset on your face, especially if it's not your own sweat. Even if it is, it doesn't feel good.
In the early days of my PSVR, especially when Beat Saber came out, I was passing a sweaty headset around to my friends for hours at night. You know, like everyone's just sharing a sweaty headset. You put it on, it's all wet, and you're saying, fuck. But then you warm up and you just kind of get over it, you know? Like, I've definitely been down that road before.
You know, speaking of headsets, there's one last thing I'd like to talk about for just a minute. So, the Index. I love the Index. It has problems. It was one of Valve's first forays, or however you say that word, into manufacturing, right? They bought a manufacturing plant and they actually started like pumping these things out on their own, which is pretty wild in and of itself, right? But the headset is really great when it works, and the controllers are pretty good when they work too. I really do love my Index, and I use it a lot. And there's been a lot of patents coming out lately. We won't get super into detail about the patents, but just know that there looks like there is an Index 2 on the way. I don't know if it'll be called an Index 2, but the things I've been seeing about this headset have been absolutely just blowing my mind. I mean, I'm really excited for this, right? I mean, hop on over. We had a guest on a while back. You guys know him, I'm sure. Sadly, it's Bradley, fantastic member of the VR community. He really digs into this stuff, and he really gets down to the nitty gritty about how these things work, and what the patents are explaining, and how the actual technology works. And it's really good stuff. But go over and check out his channel. But you know, we all know that Valve recently announced the Steam Deck, right, which is a handheld console for playing Steam games, for playing PC games, and it has some okay hardware in there for a handheld, right? I mean, it blows the Switch out of the water, but it plays almost, I mean, they say any PC VR game at like 720p at like 30 frames a second, I think, right? So it's like, it's all right, but you're looking at this little tiny screen. I mean, 720 is great at that point, you know what I mean? But where it gets good for us is Valve has acknowledged that this has a lot to do with the future, with their virtual reality future, right? So I'm not saying that they're going to put this in a headset and all of a sudden you're going to be able to play all the PC VR games without a PC. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is that we got some really beefy PC hardware that's going to be put into a headset that is going to be able to run mobile VR games. So a company like Valve that's going to be able to come in and compete with the Quest with a higher end headset with these crazy varifocal lenses, right? Where if you wear glasses, you won't even have to wear your glasses in there. It will adjust to your prescription and give you a great picture, right? Supposedly it's going to have eye tracking and all of these different amazing technologies. It's going to have some inside out lighthouse type technology in it for tracking. But apparently it might also be as well compatible with the lighthouses if you do want that extra finite tracking outside of the view of the headset. This is very exciting because, you know, there's, we are in need of more options and more hardware and more games and stuff too, of course. But Valve is a big deal, right? They make good stuff. They supply the world with PC VR games.
They don't have to sell to anybody. Like,
right. They do it out of passion.
Come out as something and people are going to buy it. Like, they don't need to fucking get behind some huge marketing campaign. Valve makes something, people notice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't help but to wonder if, there might be some kind of version of Alex or something like that might come out for, a standalone headset of theirs. But, there's also a lot of information in the patents about how this will also be able to perform wirelessly to also stream in your PC VR games and stuff like that. So I think it's a really, really exciting thing, and it's an exciting time for VR. And we're not going to even get into the Pico stuff, but there are new companies getting into VR. There are other companies that we can't talk about that are also getting into VR. There are a lot of really cool things happening in the future of virtual reality. And I am super stoked. And I'm super stoked that Valve is a part of this,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially as someone who was basically birthed out of the Half-Life, era.
Yeah.
Like Valve has been there, like leading the charge, making shit happen from the very beginning.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
to me, that's like, it's almost like Nintendo. Like Nintendo entering the game is like the only name that I can think of that I would be like, holy shit, we should pay attention now, because Nintendo, if they did end up entering the VR space, would do something different. They would break the mold. They would like make something unique happen and probably think outside the box in a way that we didn't see coming. And I would love to see Nintendo enter as well. But Valve is like the only other company other than them that I can think of that I can really say is
these guys aren't getting into VR to make a whole bunch of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they have more money than God. Like these guys take 30% of every PC video game sold. That equates to so much money. It's absolutely ridiculous. These guys could probably pay off the national debt of this country and others without even breaking a sweat. Right. So these guys are in it because of passion. Right? They want to see this industry come up. Gabe Newell sees the potential of this more than almost anyone else that I physically have seen, right? He talks about this very passionately, and will be one of probably the first to really get into the real brain-computer interfacing of virtual reality as well.
Well, and you know who else does it out of passion? Between Realities.
Heck yeah.
That's right. We are here because we fucking like this stuff. And we know that everyone here watching with us, either live or in the recorded version, is right there with us. We know that this is the Between Realities community is definitely the most passionate of the VR fans out there. We're the ones that really give a shit. We're trying to have the real conversations. And it's so awesome having everyone come along with us on this journey. We've been having a lot of fun, and I know that I'm super, super stoked for the upcoming weeks, man. We got a podcast to do every Friday from now on.
We do. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, and I think we're just about out of time.
All right, well, the Between Realities VR podcast, that's how we're going to be announcing it from now on, right? Like, this isn't Between Realities. Like, this used to be Between Realities, but this is actually the Between Realities VR podcast, because Between Realities is a bigger thing, and we've got a lot more coming for all of you. So,
we do.
Our next episode will be on Wednesday, right? We probably don't have anything to flip for or anything, right?
I don't for that.
Yeah, we're still getting up and running.
Yeah.
So our next episode, or our bonus episode, will be on Wednesday, and that will be our sponsored episode with the Virtual Athletics League. And then 2 days after that, on Friday, we are returning for our scheduled episode with the developers of Space Pirate Trainer.
DX
and Arena.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask them all the questions. So join our Discord. Let us know what we should be talking with those guys about, and we can prepare. Also, if you are a Patreon of Between Realities, or not yet have Patreon of Between Realities, jump into the Patreon channel on our Discord and write VRTrend in all caps with Between Reality 5 of VRTrend Magazine with Demio on the cover.
These guys are hitting their 1 year anniversary issue coming up here. So you want to subscribe for that.
I feel like there was one other thing. There's the giveaway for that magazine. Join our Discord, subscribe to the channel. I feel like there was something good that I'm forgetting, but I guess I'll just pick it up next week or on Wednesday or whatever. Cool. Anything else from you, Skeeva?
I think that's about it, man. I'm really excited for everyone.
I told you.
Oh, come on,
I told you,
man.
if you didn't set this up the way that you were supposed to.
I tried, man. I tried.
I told you.
No.